Good evening, everyone. My name is Rishandra. Today, we will be looking into how to use how to do coding using a combination of Python, Streamlit functions, and SQL. Now, I know normally people don't use Python Streamlit and SQL together. Some people may go with Python, SQL, or maybe JavaScript or so, some other programming languages. But I would like to use Python, Streamlit, and SQL as a combination of a um, full stack programming language. So this will work using Streamlit as a front end, Python as a back end, and SQL as a database in this combination. So now since we are talking about these three, let's look at these three topics separately. So some people may know about these coding languages, and some people may not know about these. But I would like to start from the top about what these languages are and what languages are and how do they serve purpose. Now, uh, right now, some modern applications often require three main components: a programming language to perform logic and calculations, a user interface where users can interact with the application, a database to store and manage information. Now, in many projects, these roles are fulfilled by many programming languages. But today, these roles will be fulfilled uh, by using Python, Streamlit, and SQL respectively. Now, let's look into Python. So, Python is a high-level interpreted general-purpose programming language created by Guido van Rossum and was first released in 1991. Now, Python is known for its simple syntax, readability, and large community support. It's also known for its extensive libraries and cross-platform compatibility. Now, Python follows an interpreted execution model, which means the code is executed line by line by Python interpreter rather than being compiled into machine code beforehand. Now, the main features of Python is it's easy to use and it's an open source language and it's also platform independent, which means in the Python like it doesn't matter what platform you use, Python will work and run on any platform. And it also has a large standard library. Now, Python is used in many different kinds of applications. So Python can be used in web development, in data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, automation, cyber security, and also in cloud computing. Now, the role of Python in our projects is Python acts as a backend processing layer, which means it handles application logic, processes user input, connects to databases, performs calculations, integrates external API, and also controls the Streamlit components. Now, the next thing we'll be looking into is mm, um, the basic into are the basic concepts in Python. So Python has different various concepts in the code. So Python has Python has variables, data types, and conditional statements, loops, functions, and all of those. So variables in Python are used for storing information, and data types. There are different types of data types in Python. So uh, like string data type is used for text data. Integer data type is used for whole numbers. Float data type is used for decimal numbers. Boolean data type is used as true or false um, statements. Now, there are two, there are different types of conditional statements. There are only two types, kinds of conditional statements. There are if and if else, and also there are two kinds of loops, for loops and while loops. And yeah, then the next one is we'll look into is Streamlit. Now, Streamlit is an open source Python framework, and Streamlit is used to build interactive web applications and dashboard using only Python code. Traditionally, web applications require HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So eliminates this requirement by allowing the developers to create user interfaces directly using Python. So the main features of Streamlit include fast application development, interactive user interfaces, real-time updates, built-in widgets, and minimal coding effort. So, so normally, Streamlits are used in data science dashboards, machine learning applications, analytic systems, reporting tools, portfolio projects, and business dashboards. But now the role of Streamlit in my projects is Streamlit acts as a front-end layer, which means it displays information, collects user input, shows tabs and charts, and provides an interactive interface. Now, let's look into some of the um, some of the tools used in Streamlit. So, yeah, let me just share my screen so that you can what to understand the Streamlit better. Ju- Just a minute, let me share it. Okay, so I hope that all of you can see the screen. Okay, so now these are the Streamlit basics, and I wrote them as a code so that it will be easier to understand them, and I can explain it a little bit better. So right now, as you can see, I wrote some of the Streamlit functions, and So the first one is the title. So this one is the title of the Streamlit. So it will come as a large heading, and this next one is a header and the subheader, and there is also Streamlit, right? Now now there are different types of user inputs that you can use in Streamlit. So there's text input, as you can see here, there's text input, and there's number input, and there's text area, and there's passwords. So text area for addresses and passwords. So um, these are some of the user inputs. Not everything is there, and so these are user inputs, but for the functions and the tools used, these are not everything. So I will only explain how only these functions will work today. Okay, so the let me run the code so that these functions can I can show you how to run the code. So the Streamlit function, running the code for Streamlit function is a bit different from what you from what other codes run. So for Streamlit function, first you have to save the file. So I'm going to save the file with Control S. And then you have to make sure that I'm going to open my command prompt. And now you have to make sure that the file is in the same directory as the command prompt. So as you can see here, the directory is C colon slash users slash Rishi. So now when I go into the files, I I can see the same file at the same directory, and and when we go there, yeah, you can see here it's the same file in the folder. And now since the file is in that folder, we can now run the code. So how do we run the code? So it's simple, because all you type is streamlit space run space the name of the file, and that's all. And then you click enter, and you get the Streamlit. Uh, this is the output for the Streamlit code that we wrote. And as you can see here, uh, we have all the um, things that we have we have the output of all the um, functions that we wrote here. So we have this. So as you can see here, there is a difference in sizes when it comes to like title, header, and also subheader, and you, and also for the right. So as you can see, the size of the title is big, and as you can see, for header, subheader, and right, the titles they will go extremely small. So now about the user inputs. So now the first one is text input. So of course you can um, type text. And since we only wrote it as names, we can type names in here, our name in here. So I'm just going to type a random name. So let's type as Mahesh, or maybe let's type Justin. Yeah. And now for the number input, since we gave it as age, we can type age, how much age we want. So let's put Justin's age as 23. And now the address. So we can see that the user input we gave for the text is called text area, which means unlike the text input, which is only just like one or two words, or so the text area gives us a much more larger space to like type more amounts of information and some amounts of information. So now for the enter address. So this is not a real address for Justin. So I'm just typing a random address. So I'm just going to type as 320 West um, Adam Hillsborough Avenue. Yeah, Hillsborough Avenue, and um, maybe Coral Springs. Coral Springs, Florida, and also the password. Next input is like password, and you can type any password. I'm just typing random things, and you can also click it to check the password. And the next function is the submit button. So it's just submit, and in the below you get like submitted and all. So this is just the basic functions, and there are some more basic functions in SQL and basic functions in SQL, like select boxes, or radio buttons, check boxes, and sliders, and also displaying data and images in displaying of images. And there are many, there are some other functions, and we'll be look so that's all for today, and we'll be looking into the other functions, and we'll also be looking into the SQL basics on Monday and on Monday. So I'm just going to stop this share, and yeah, so that's all for today, and I'll see you again on Monday. So yeah, thank you.